Hey guys, Taliana Wolfus here. So I got this game yesterday on Steam. It's a free game on Steam. Fucking loud game on Steam is what it is. Jegus. So, found this game in the psychological horror section. So, it's called Doki Doki Literature Club. And it looks terrifying, as you can see. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. I opened it up, and I got a warning. You guys didn't get to see the warning, sorry. Started recording a little too late for that. But I got a warning, and I had to acknowledge that I was over the age of 13 and willing to expose myself to psychological horror. Part of me thinks it's a troll. Part of me's going, this is gonna be some fucked up shit. Well, there's happy music playing in the background and it says Doki Doki over and over again. Okay, so, let's get this party started, shall we? Oh boy. Enter my name. Aliana. Doki Doki. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friendship you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Good God. That's mean, Taliana. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it into you to be mean if you wanted to. Okay. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hee hee. Or I'm sorry, it was more of an Okay, get to the guts, please. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students taking their daily commute. By the way, Taliana, you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Blah, I switched voices there, sorry. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. So, Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how worried I was that you wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? It's a good question. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. Oh boy. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Shiori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Shiori? Shiori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Ugh. Sleep in my eyes. Sorry, guys. You don't need to wait up for me. It's going to make you late to your club. To your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you'd come to my club. Shiori? Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Shiori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I was going to bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Shiori is really that much of an airhead or if she was so cunning she could have planned it all out. I let out a sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Okay, I like this main character. Don't mind the noise, guys. I gotta move the computer. There we go. I think I'm still in frame. Pretty sure. I dejectedly follow Shiori across the school and upstairs. A section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Shiori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Don't mind me, guys. Just quietly shifting my stuff around here. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Shiori's always saying such nice things about you. Oh, that's why you're gonna sacrifice me? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't assume my gender. Ah, Taliana, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Shiori. You can just ignore her. She always gets moody. I need to come up with fucking voices for these guys. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that. Oh shit. Wait. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Okay. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Taliana. Monika smiles sweetly. We know each other, well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely felt a little... You too, Monika. Come, sit down, Taliana. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. What, did you piss on the carpet? Jesus. Then, how about I make some tea as well? Oh, I gave her a Kanaya voice. Okay. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it'd been widened so there was one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walked over to the corner of the classroom, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I sat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, whoa. Natsuki lifts the flower to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers were drawn on with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! Okay, that is really cute. I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Okay, good at decorating does not mean good at baking. They might taste like a brick of ass. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. It's delicious! I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her make small glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayuri said, well, maybe, but not for you, no, you dummy. Alright. We've got a sunder, eh? Okay. Give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri turns to the table carrying a tea set. Oh, returns. Blah, blah, blah. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself be intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So it made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. I'm bad at doing different voices. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to starting something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! So we've got the tsundere lolly. That's the only way to describe that little snatch. We've got the fucking skittish Kanaya mom. The bubbly airhead. And the popular smart girl. Which one is going to sacrifice me to Satan? It's gonna be the airhead. Yep. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted at the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Taliana, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past 2 years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like if she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. I can appreciate that. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. I can agree with that. And telling a good story of such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it was obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. You know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. It's gonna be you! Ah, I read a horror book once! I desperately grasp something I can relate to on the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri will be having a conversation with a rock. A very well-spoken conversation. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But the story makes me think, or take me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left pieces of scrap paper behind at last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you do is just as cute as you are. Siri slides up next to Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Oh, Natsuki is now heiress. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I feel ya. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. Of course you do. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them for each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Taliana? Monika smiles warmly at the union. Oh, hold on, there's still one poem. And what's that now that we're back to the original topic? I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind. I said I would join this club. Yuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I'm not. And, I lose my train of thought. All four girls seemed... But, I'm sorry, I thought... Taliana, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision with like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with the beautiful girls. Right, okay, I guess I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm happy! Yuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you just came with the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. I don't like your pose! Your poses specifically! They make me think you're the serial killer. They could all be murderous. They are murderous. They're all sacrificing me to Satan. This is actually like some kind of fucked up satanic club. But not a Satanist club. Just a satanic club. They just want to kill me. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember, tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Pollyanna, I look forward to see how you express yourself. Yeah. No. No, I don't trust. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Taliana, since we're already here, did you want to walk home together? That's right. Yuri and I never walk home together anymore, because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the classroom and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika! Well, will I really be happy spending every day in school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Guess that starts with writing a poem. Okay. Oh no! I get to write the poem? No! Oh no! The shit I write is dark. No. Okay. I think right here is a good place to pause for a moment and say that I need to fix the voices I have for each of the girls. Like, I will have to figure it out. But, at the same time... No! Oh, no. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's go with dark. Covet. Pain. Beauty. Intellectual. Pure. Belong. Wait, are they jumping when I'm selecting words because it's words they'll like? Yeah. Disoriented. Captive. Uncontrollable. Massacre? Determination? Apparently we're talking about Undertale. Okay. Wonderful. Desire. Unending. Contamination. Memories. Unstable. Hope. Hi, I get. What is it going to write? Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. I just realized exactly how creepy I made that. Whoops. Sorry, y'all. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Taliana. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack! Suri told me you don't even want to join clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps your manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops down into her seat. As someone who very much enjoys reading manga. Probably not, honey. Don't worry, guys. Taliana always has his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is messy and distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are already really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Taliana can become good friends too. Sayori. Mm-hmm. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. I should really sit at the desk. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori! Me? It's not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind! Sayori made it out as some big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it is up to me to rescue the situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright, well, here. Reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read. It should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Whoa! She's cute! Fuck. She's gonna kill me. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri and Monica have a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is buried into a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. For a gun. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first page. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Dots. But that only makes her hide her face deep in her— Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered things, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I would have noticed that in the first place. But I was rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you have two copies of the same book. Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear it. Once you start to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Well, what's it about anyway? Well, This book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front of the cover. Alright, I'll just want to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But soon after she does so, her life gets really strange. She starts getting targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying the most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Ray said it sounded like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Taliana? It's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy some of these stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, you thought you related to the protagonist? They're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry! Hey, don't apologize! I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? In the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. not like I don't want you to. It's something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means by reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. Not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting. But the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... I feel ya, Yuri! I fucking feel ya! Oh, I am just as bad! Holy crap. Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book between the two. I suppose so. She timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels as if my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn pages. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do this the same way with my right arm on the right side of the book. Okay, when I turn the book, and Yuri slides it under with him after it flips her side. But in holding it like this, we're a little even closer together than before. It actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again and her eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being a little patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it a bit on my own volition. And we continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also kind of second-guesses all of the things she says and does. It's like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Remain silent for a moment. But Taliana, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean that in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it was more that it was kind of cute. You're saying all of a sudden. Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we're waiting too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't mind too much if you prefer either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own time. Alright. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. No! You always mark your page! You always mark your page! Mental notes don't work! By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose-leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem first? Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I start with her. I trust her opinion, to be fair. You read the poem and describe line. Exceptional. Wait, what was that? Should I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. I'm just getting nervous for it. Yuri takes a deep breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use your imagery and metaphors to indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down into more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing styles separate from the topic matter, and then they form to fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's something you can be blamed for. There's something different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I really hope everyone else in this club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuzi is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts and process behind it. She tells dreamily if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh, fuck. Of course it's gotta be in cursive. I can't read cursive very well, so guys, I'll do this. Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the pleasant, but living in the past. The light tickles. Oh, the light flickers. I flicker back. That's interesting. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild, something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Taliana. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. Remember, poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their world. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I'm really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I made her really squeaky when before I had her as Kanaya Mom, and now she's squeaky. I'm really going to keep doing my best for you, Taliana. Me too. Who should I show my poem next? Natsuki. Talia, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. Please explain to Lee that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. I like that! Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. To improve, but you're just off trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, griffins can leave and corvids can race. Owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks writing has to be sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But then the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme in the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect you from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Instead, to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki is feeling proud when I don't take it out away from her. I'll show Monica. Hi, Taliana. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share my poem with you? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Taliana. We're a little bit embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Taliana. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to have everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing's beautiful and full of imagery and symbolism, unlike Yuri, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to drive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it is just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry too much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. The best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find a style that suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me to see the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like film left out in the sun. But it's too late, my retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite traces. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he was on the other side, was looking in. Okay. Did I not read that loud enough? I hope I read that loud enough. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. The kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. And as a lot of people have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. If you're loud enough, I might reread that for you guys. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, as someone who tries to write, that's actually really good advice. I'm going to look at Sayori's poem, and then I'm going to go back and I'll read all of the poems again, much louder this time, hopefully. And then we'll end the video. Sayori. This is a good poem, Taliana. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. To be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the fucking club room. Oh, sorry. Ad-libbing. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Taliana. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you can read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It just came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna see if the history will let me read poems. Ah, you can't. Varkini. Okay. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, even if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper and sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch them for their expression change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem on the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something to say? Thanks, but it really doesn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked for someone who actually liked it. What people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Taliana did too. Based on that, I gladly give you suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Taliana liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Taliana appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Oh no, not this. Huh? How do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make sure everything I do is overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I don't want whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Taliana started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls are towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Taliana, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Of course, she'd get over herself and learn to appreciate the simple writing is effective, then it wouldn't have happened in the first place. That's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason. It means the meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Taliana. Wait, there's a reason we can have many deeply expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and the meaning most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You have to understand that, right, Taliana? Well? How did I get dragged into this? But whom? Of course it's going to be... No! I don't want to make this choice! Okay, if I'm completely honest, I agree with them both! I personally agree with them both! You can have really simple, straightforward writing, like Natsuki's, and have it be really effective. And you can have really deep, emotional, beautiful writing like Yuri's, and have it be really effective. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to choose each one. Starting with Help Me, Sayori. Natsuki. There's me trying to drag them. Sunset and Yuri. But Yuri's expression is defenseless. I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Everyone's fighting, making Sayori uncomfortable. How can you two keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Aliana. Well, that's her problem. It's not about her. I agree. It's unfair that others interject their own feelings into our conflict. Oh my god. Unless Sayori... She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Okay, load. I agree with Yuri. Natsuki. You're right. I'm glad I liked your poem. See? Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't have even taken my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's not a secret that I was impressed. Well, But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. And it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki feels threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. Yeah, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped, and at this point defiant, only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it very well. You handled it as well as anyone could. I didn't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Aliana. You're too kind. Okay, I prefer this one. I really do, but I will save. And then I will load. Yuri. You're really talented. Oh, well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination be taken over. Natsuki's poem did that really good job with that. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Aha, shows what you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she's mean to me. Nice wines. Look. What we talked about yesterday, right? Writing is a really personal thing, and sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned today. Even a small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters, Yuri? Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki... And you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Talia. Sheesh. Yeah, the thing about it, would everyone stop staring at me? Having a hard time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Looks away, avoiding eye contact. You're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori. I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. Got Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that... Okay, so... Problem. Which do I go with? Well, now that we're past that, everyone read each other's poems, right? I hope it's worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Talia. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from lazing around while we've got little to used to. Haha. Reading club is responsible for ruining the atmosphere? No, not at all. There's still some time before we go home, so we'll all relax a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take up the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, what this club is for. I disagree, Monica. What about? The most important thing about literature club, the most important thing, is having fun. Of course. I guess that's why you're the vice president, Siri. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being a literature club means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's worth it so far. Okay. I prefer this one. I really do. It's nothing. One more thing. It's not, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind about that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make sure everyone is more than... Yeah. And Rosalie, did you feel about the sharing poems? It's a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Taliana, what about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about, whatever it is. Awesome. In that case, we'll be doing the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends, too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Now to myself with a newfound determination. Taliana, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. There he beams at me. It's truly been a while since Sierra and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Okay, Siori. With that, we'll... fuck. What about what happened earlier? What do you mean? Between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew, Taliana? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Shiori hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... Does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Shiori. I pat Shiori on the shoulder. I said more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Shiori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, and on this note, I am going to save and stop here. Yeah, so some things I need to realize I didn't realize before. Maybe there's an extras page? I just saved. Is there like an extras page? No? Anything in settings? No. Okay. Well, that was Doki Doki Literature Club. So far, it's just coming off as this little dating sim thing. It's pretty cute. I'm waiting for them to, cut me open somewhere. It hasn't happened yet. It might just be BS. I will be making more of an effort to read louder in the future. And I will be I'll definitely be doing more playthroughs of this game. I'll be doing more playing of it. It's cute. It's fun. Why not? Makes me, read out loud, which I have a hard time with. Makes me read cursive, which I have a hard time with. Those are both good things for me to exercise. And it also helps me kind of get used to talking to a camera. So, yeah, all around I think it's a good thing. Anyway, that was Doki Doki Literature Club. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next videos, pack members. Bye-bye. How do I stop this thing? Stop.